continuing the session where we were talking about creating consumer engagement, there is another way wherein we can create that consumer engagement with the customers, with the potential customers. That is through digital media. How we are creating that consumer engagement is we are having those contests, as I mentioned earlier also. So for example, Mama Earth, for example, you take example of any brand, they go for those exciting contests so that the consumers, they are connected, it is ensured that they remain involved in buying the products of the brand, and which is a very good strategy, because by indulging these interactive mode of communicating with the consumers, the brand is making sure that it is giving utmost importance to its consumers, right? So if I'm giving you any example of any particular brand, let's suppose any XYZ brand, and if that XYZ brand is coming up with those promotional offers, those, let's say, quiz contests, and in return if it is providing those special coupons of, let's say, even a 50 rupee coupon, right, then also the consumer will feel, that's really nice, I'm getting a 50 rupees free coupon onto the same, so I can utilize that cashback. So if you remember, initially Paytm, initially GPay, they come up with a number of coupons, some wherein you were given some vouchers, wherein you were still given about those cashbacks and vouchers, so it positively reinforces any consumer. So that is one strategy of you could say digital marketing. Another one is your search engine optimization, which is very crucial for any brand having a website. So simply creating a website would not make you digital. You need to make sure that this dissemination of information is there to the consumer. No consumer will go and specifically type into your website or get into your website. It will do what is, every consumer will go to what is a search engine, your search browsers. So be it your Google or anyone like MSN. So they'll do what is, they'll type in some search strings. For example, if I say a pencil, or if I say let's suppose furniture, or let's suppose jeans under 500. So that will be the keywords that will be used, the very commonly used search strings which are used by the consumers all around the world. So they'll simply say furniture under 1000 near me, or a chair under 1000 near me. So Google will do what is, it will show them the top 10 you could say searches onto the very first page, or the very common one, first page, and then within few seconds you get n number of pages as a result, as a search engine result page, SERP, which we call. So what do you do as a consumer is, you generally do what is, you click onto first 5-7 links which are given as a result by the Google, which are given as a result by any search engine, be it your Yahoo even. So you'll click onto only those particular first 5-7 links. Thereafter you can maybe if you are you want to look onto something more, so maybe you can jump onto page number 2 search results also, page number 3 search results also, but not onto the page number 97 result page, right? This is what, as a general practice, we don't do. So that makes the very importance of your search engine optimization, that your website should be one which is optimized with the search engine results, right, which is known as your search engine optimization. So if you are dealing it into, let's suppose, furnishing items, so your website should be searched the minute anyone search about furniture, and specifically when it is near to your locality or your area of operation, your website should come into the top few hits, right? It should be ranked into those top 5-7 hits, and that can only be made sure if you are going for search engine optimization. So your search engine optimization, which is your SEO, is the most important marketing strategy which is being used by digital marketers so as to reach the customers through search related keywords which they punch into their search engines, which either is Google, Yahoo or MSN, and therefore the name of the brand, it usually pops up onto the topmost search results, and they will make sure that the customer is able to see your brand. So that visibility can only be ensured if there is search engine optimization. If there will be no optimization of the website with the search strings that are being put up by the customer, then there will be no visibility. So for the visibility, so that the consumer see that your brand, it pops up onto the topmost search result, they have to make sure that there is proper utilization of search engine optimization. Your website is totally optimized with the search engine results. Now, one more important thing is that, whenever we are talking about search engine optimization, do not consider it as the sole strategy or the primary strategy in digital marketing. This is one of the most common strategy which is being followed by the marketers nowadays, right? As common as your, every other social media strategy that is being followed on. So this is a very common one strategy which is being extensively used by present day marketers, but this is not the sole strategy used by them. Now, when we are talking about this, SEO, though this is a technical term wherein you need to, have such art of making your web pages which sounds attractive to your search engines. So that ways, you have to make sure that your, website is synchronized, it is aligned in such a manner that it gives utmost importance to the search engine results page, and you have to see for what are the most common keywords that are being used by the customer. So if the consumer mostly search for, let's suppose, whenever the consumer searches for furniture, what are the common keywords? No consumer will ever say, stylized or so and so, some fancy words they'll never use. They'll always use very common keywords so that they are able to get most of the results. So in order to get most of the results when they are optimizing a web page for search engines, these are the few things that they need to consider, that they need to ponder upon. Number one is the quality of content. So whatever content that you are providing, the quality of the same should be very, very good. It should be high quality one. As suggested always, the quality should be a one which is a standard, which reflects a standard of a brand, that yes, whether you search for a product which is under 500 or under 5 lakh, the brand is ensuring the quality. So that quality should also be reflected through the content that you are providing. Through the content is that, for example, if we say revolving low back chair, right? So that chair is one common word, low back is another common word, revolving is the third string. So whenever any person will, search for revolving chair, your, very brand will pop up. Similarly, if somebody searches for low back chair, your brand will, pop up. If somebody will search for a very common word as common as a chair, then also your brand should pop up into the top few, you could say, searches, right? It should be that much optimized. Then is level of user engagement. Now, when we say user engagement, it means that interface of the website should be that much good that you feel connected with the website. Many a times what happens out is we hit onto a website and we go back. Reason being, we are not liking that user interface, that UI interface that we refer to. Why we are not liking the same? Reason being, maybe the color contrast that are being used by the website, it is not that much good. Maybe the website is very much complicated to, operate, and or maybe the website is having too much of information where the things are just so cluttered that you are not able to figure out what actually, the brand is trying to communicate. So there should be dedicated segments onto your brand website for example, you search onto any brand website, there will be dedicated segment of, let's suppose, products. So within products there are different categories, right? Products under, let's suppose, 500, or let's say products men, women, right? And within men, winter wear, summer wear, let's suppose. So that way there are segregations. So if those segregations are there, na, consumer feel very much, interested with the website, that yes, there are different heads, there are different segments, and we can just simply go to those particular options, and it is very easier to operate onto. Plus one more thing, there should always be the one you could say segment wherein you are having a contact information of the brand, that where its head office is, where it is having its branches, and how can the brand be reached via email or a toll free number, right, or maybe onto WhatsApp nowadays. So that is the location of the, let's suppose, the firm. So that is a sort of every information should be provided in a on a well integrated manner. So that entire ecosystem should be created whenever a consumer is visiting a web page, so that the consumer, the user feel engaged with the brand. Then it is very important that the website is mobile friendly. So when we say mobile friendly, it means that sometimes you see a website which is not functioning properly onto a mobile, mobile version. So then also you feel very irritated, because you have to again go to your systems, go to your laptops to make a purchase, or to find some information. So that is why it is very much recommended that the website should be a mobile friendly one, where you can just on the go search or scroll for any set of information, buy any stuff, buy any services. So that means that mobile friendly version should be there, right? And nowadays every brand is making sure that their websites are mobile friendly, because now mostly consumers, they are having 80 to 90% of smartphone penetration, with internet well in places. So every consumer is there onto their cell phone, right? So that is, it is very convenient, it is very a comfortable zone for them. So that is why it is said that your website should be in such a manner which is mobile friendly also. The information should not get distorted when you are offering a mobile version, right? Then the sort of quality of your links that you are providing, inbound links or outbound links. So inbound links that you are providing, that should also be very carefully strategically planned out, right? In addition to the elements above, you need to optimize your technical search engine optimization. So now what is this technical search engine optimization? Well, this is a backend component of your website, wherein there should be a URL structure, there should be the loading time, there should be you could say the ways that through which will help search engines that they can easily navigate and crawl through your websites. So this is something a little technical component. So it should not be like a front end mein it seems very good, but front end ko operate karne ke liye the major role is being done by your back end component. So those back-end components, whether it is navigating the website, so that should be well in place. So that's a lot about your search engine optimization when planning a digital marketing strategy, right? Next is paid banner advertisements. So now this has become a hot topic for majority of the brands when they are advertising their products online. So these paid banner advertisements, they are most favorite and they are most commonly used by the brands. So now whenever any luxurious brands, they are using any paid advertisements so that they reach their target market more effectively and efficiently, then they do what is, they provide for you could say the brand information through these paid banner advertisements to some third party or to some third website, wherein such advertisements they provide for a wide area on various websites through which a brand can show advertisements or paid promotions, and onto which if the consumers click, they will be redirected to the brand's website. Now I'll tell you a common example of the same. Whenever you go for any website, let's suppose any news website, right, and you see for any leading newspaper and you run into its website, you will see different paid banner advertisements over there. How come? Let's suppose there is an clickable button called weather, right? So if you click onto that tap onto that weather icon, so it will pop up into the, or it will redirect you to the third website, wherein that website is giving you proper updates about the weather, about the pollution level, about each and every element with respect to your ecosphere. So that ways these paid banner advertisements are there. And moreover, you would see wherever it is written 80% discounts on clothing, and you click onto the same, it will redirect you to some third brand website. So that is what which is very popular, that there are paid banner advertisement, which is very, very common. And nowadays these social media banner advertisements, even though they are paid, it doesn't mean that paid banner advertisements, as the name suggests, they are not free. You have to pay a amount for the same, but the amount is not that much high as they used to be in the traditional format of your marketing. There is amount of publishing onto the any third website for your particular brand, but it is slightly lesser. So the amount of investment that you put into for paid banner advertisements is quite less when compared to those hefty amounts that one used to pay to advertise a product on TV, newspaper, or any billboard advertisements. Next is, nowadays brands are having brand applications. Now brand applications, you name any brand, you talk about Zomato, you talk about Blinkit, you talk about Airtel, you talk about anybody, they are having their dedicated applications, so that you can install those applications onto your cell phone, and on the go you can feel connected with the things. Let's suppose if I have to buy any groceries, so immediately I'll do what is, I'll go to my application onto my cell phone, add the things into the cart, apply for whatever discount vouchers are there, and yes, then click on to the payment option, wherein again I have multiple digital payment option which I can select upon, right? I can select from Paytm, I can select from MobiKwik, I can select for, let's say, Simple, I can select for any debit, credit card, any Google Pay options, cash and delivery options. So you are having a number of options. The minute you select the same, if you choose UPI, and you just punch in your password for the same, and yes, within few seconds your purchase is done. So that much convenient a brand application is. So whether you talk about Myntra, you talk about Zomato for fooding, Myntra for clothing, Lifestyle for clothing, for shoe, any other like brand like Puma or like suppose Bata. So every brand is having their dedicated brand applications, because nowadays these digital marketers, they are not limiting their marketing strategies to some social media websites or SEO or to paid banner advertisements, but they are reaching to your places through their official applications, which you can download through your Google Play stores, Apple App stores, or maybe any other application stores, so that they ensure that these applications are downloaded well. And you have also witnessed, you must have witnessed that whenever you go for a first time download or an installation of any application, you get those attractive discounts for the first time purchase that you make onto these applications. So you get those promotional discounts called 20% discount onto as a promotional offer for the first time purchase that you are making onto the brand application. So that once that habit is inculcated within the mindset of the consumers, they will never ever shift. So that is why it is very commonly used online marketing strategy which is being used by a number of digital marketers so that they can reach out to their customers through their mobile phones using the official applications, and they can make aware to the customers about the special discounts, about the special offers, about the latest products that the brand is coming up with. So these are the various strategies which the brand digital marketers brands are coming up with so that they remain in a constant touch with their customers. And there are various other things. So when we are talking about these brand application, it is not just making sure providing those promotional discounts, but also you get those notifications. So if there is something which is lying into your cart, you will get that notification that there is something so and so into your cart, would you like to buy it now, right? And there is a offer onto the same, something like that. So that ways the brand always makes sure that it has a constant presence into the market, onto the market shelves, and they are having a constant consumer engagement with the brand. So these were the different digital marketing strategies that are being opted by various digital marketers over the time period, and they are getting upgraded as it is a digital time, and they have to make sure that they have their constant presence in the market. So that's it for the day, and we'll be continuing the segment with the digital payment segment in the coming sessions. So thank you.